Hello all and welcome to this hands-on lab. In our lab today, we will learn how to work with AWS VPC Managed Prefix Lists. Couple of things to keep in mind before proceeding further ahead. Using AWS services leveraged in this lab can incur charges. Hence, ensure that you clean up all resources after completing this lab. Prerequisites for this hands-on lab is knowledge of AWS VPC Managed Prefix List. If you are not aware about this feature, please refer to this overview tutorial that I had created some time back. URL is mentioned right here at the bottom. Scenario for our lab today. You have an EC2 instance, and this can be any EC2 instance. Generally, if you have been watching my channel, I provision a T2 Micro Linux EC2 instance. Right, so provision a T2 Micro Linux EC2 instance that can be SSH'd, right, by a set of IP addresses. These IP addresses can change. Hence, you need to find a referenceable and a reusable way to maintain them so that you don't need to change your security group rules every time a change is requested, right? So generally what you do is you launch your EC2 instance and you create a security group, and then you create individual rules, right, in your security group. But if those CIDR blocks keep on changing, then you have to find a way wherein you can create that in a separate location, right, like a list or so, and then reference that list in your security group or groups, right? So that you don't keep on changing the rules within your security group, correct? You just need to go and change that single list or that particular record, the single repository where those IP addresses are stored or maintained. Hence, in this lab, you need to create a customer managed prefix list and reference it in your EC2 security group. Now, to test whether this particular managed prefix list works or not, add your IP address as one of the IP addresses to the list. After that, after you've added your IP address, SSH into your EC2 instance. And you should be able to do that. Why? Because your address is part of the prefix list, right? Only those addresses or the CIDR block entries that are mentioned as part of a customer managed prefix list are allowed to SSH to your EC2 instance, right? Because we are leveraging that prefix list in our security group. Finally, remove your IP address and then try an SSH. And in this case, you should get either connection timeout or access denied. So it's a very simple scenario, and this will help us to work with prefix lists and also use them in our security groups or group. Step 1. The first thing that we will do is we will launch an Amazon T2 Micro Linux EC2 instance with public IP enabled. And to begin with, you can either have an existing security group or you can create a security group with port 22 open, and it should be open to pretty much the whole wide world, right? You can SSH from anywhere. And then try and SSH to your Linux EC2 instance. So this is the first step before we proceed further ahead. So this is my console. Let me go to EC2. Let's launch an instance. This is Amazon Linux 2. So select that. T2 Micro, which is free tier eligible. Next, public IP is enabled. Next, this is fine, storage is fine, tags are fine. Configure security group. Now, either you can just keep it the way it is, Or if you have an existing group, you can use that. I do have an existing group and it has port 22 open. Again, the sources open. So select that, review and launch. Launch. This is my AWS key pair. Checkbox, launch instances, and our instance should be launched shortly, right? So it's right here. So it will take a couple of minutes for this instance to come up. So wait for it to come up and then go ahead, copy the public IP address and SSH into your EC2 instance. So our instance has been launched successfully, it's running, right? And this is his public IP address. So I'm going to copy his public IP address and now try and SSH to this EC2 instance. So let me change the font. And this is SSH. Open. And our instance is up. And I'm basically able to successfully SSH into my EC2 instance. So we have completed step 1. Step 2. In step 2, we will create a customer managed prefix list, right? So we will go to VPC, manage prefix list, create a customer managed prefix list over here, provide its name. I'm going to use max entries as 2. You are more than welcome to use whatever number of max entries you want, right? And then we will go and add our CIDR block entries. Remember that one of the entries should be your IP address, either IPv4 or IPv6, whatever you want to choose, right? Because that's a must for this lab. So if you don't know your IP address, go to Google and type in my IP address and it will tell you what your IP address is. And after we do this, the next thing that we will do is we will modify our EC2's security group. We will delete the old rule for port 22 and we'll add another rule for port 22, but this time referencing our prefix list. So let us go to VPC. Right, so services, VPC. And you have manage prefix list right here. Create a prefix list. And we will say my EC2 PL. I'm going to give max entries as 2. I'm going to use the address family as IPv4. You're more than welcome to use IPv6. And we will add our CIDR block entry. So this is entry 1. I'm just going to give some IP address. And remember that one of the IP addresses over here, let's say I'm going to use this IP address, should be your IP address, right? So whatever your IP address is, put that IP address. I'm just using a couple of random IP addresses, but I ensure that one of the IP addresses is your IP address. Go ahead and create the prefix list. And a prefix list has been created. Okay, the next thing that we need to do is we need to modify our EC2 security group. So this is our EC2 instance, right? And I will change is security group. And this is a security group right here. Edit inbound rules. Now, remember I've mentioned over delete the old rule and then add a new rule. First, I want to show you something. And I hope that it showcases that behavior today. Let's see. So I removed that, and now I want to use the prefix list, right? So this is my prefix list right here. So you may actually get this error. You may not specify a prefix list for an existing IPv4 CIDR rule. And hence I said that you need to delete the rule and then add it again. So let's delete this. Now add a new rule, right? And then we will say SSH. Now over here, go ahead and select your prefix list and you should be okay. And save rules. So EC2 security group changes have been done. So we've completed this step. So what all we've accomplished till now? We have launched our EC2 instance. We tried to SSH into it without, referencing any prefix list or anything, like keeping it open. And we were able to do that. We created a prefix list. We also modified our security group and referenced this particular prefix list over there. And remember that one of the IP addresses, which is part of the prefix list, right, is your IP address. Hence, you should be able to successfully SSH into your EC2 instance again. So let us see if that is possible. I will close this old session, right? Start a new session. And then go to the EC2 dashboard, EC2 instances right here, and copy the public IP address and paste it right there. And we'll try and SSH into this all over again. Now, since your IP address is part of the list, this should go through. A private key file, open. Okay, you are able to successfully SSH into your EC2 instance, right? So you've completed the first step successfully. The next thing now you need to do is you need to modify your prefix list and remove your IP address. And then try and SSH to your EC2 instance again. And this time, either it should tell you access is denied or the connection should time out. But in short, you should not be able to SSH into your EC2 instance. So let us try and do that. So let us go ahead and modify our prefix list. So this is your prefix list, right? So select your prefix list and then click on modify prefix list. And these are the two IP addresses, right? Remember, one of this IP address is your IP address. So just change it. And let's say we will mention, I don't know, maybe this IP address, right? The intention is to either, let's say, even just remove it. It's fine. You can remove it. Now your IP address, assuming that the IP address that I just removed right now was your IP address, or in my case, it was my IP address. Now it is gone. And we are going to save this prefix list. And it's no longer part of this prefix list that is now currently being referenced by your security group, your EC2 security group. Hence, once this prefix list is saved, you should not be able to SSH into your EC2 instance anymore, right? So let's save this and then go back over here. Let's exit, go back here, and we will actually copy our IP address all over again and do a fresh connection, or try and at least connect, let's put it that way, right, to our EC2 instance. So this is a public IP address. Paste it right there. Change. SSH. Open. Now this time around, it should not go through. Why? Because you removed your IP address from the list. It's no longer a valid IP address that is allowed to SSH into this EC2 instance, right? Or not just this EC2 instance, but any EC2 instance that uses that particular security group. And here you go, you got a network error, that connection is timed out. Essentially, it did not allow you to connect to this particular EC2 instance, right? So, and that's exactly what we expected right here. So this is how you use a prefix list, right? So I hope that the usage of this particular feature is clear. Now, right now for this particular lab, I only had one security group. Of course, you can have multiple security groups, or you could have one security group being used by multiple EC2 instances, right? But whatever the case may be, you have one single location where you are managing all the IP addresses that are allowed to perform a specific activity. In our case, it was whether, whether you can SSH to an EC2 instance or not, or who all can SSH into an EC2 instance, right? Which are the various IP addresses that can SSH into an EC2 instance that is leveraging that particular security group. So I hope that this particular hands-on lab was helpful. Do post your comments. And this is it from me today. I will see you shortly in some other video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.